welcome back. So for the guys that watched my last video, you might remember I said there was a push coming up in Mayhem, so I was going to get a head start on it, and I just wanted to share with you some of the most common bases that I keep coming up against and how to defeat them. But if we take a quick look, I just wanted to share that my Archer Tower and Cannon, they're both being maxed out now. All of my Wizard Towers are done now. They're exposed on its way to being maxed out to level 4, and I'm working my way around the storages, and then all I'll have left to do is my Eagle Artillery and max out my Grand Warden. So we're well on our way now to being completely maxed out Town Hall 11. So anyway, basically the most common base I keep running into up here now for Town Hall 11 is a Nemesis style base, where the main defences are in the core, which is surrounded by the resources, so your golems don't target the core and tend to wander around in a circle. So let's have a look at a few replays and see my strategy about getting around them. So we've all come across these bases before. I mean, they're one of the most common bases in the game. I've got another example to show you in a minute, but I've swapped out the 2 jump spells I usually take with my Go Wee Wee army for 4 earthquake spells. They cost exactly the same, but it's helping me save elixir for my warden as well. And as you can see, I've broken the inner wall, and I've got 6 wall breakers to break through the exterior wall, and then to send in your tank troops, followed by your wizards and your witches, and you're going to make a straight run then for the town hall. So as you can see, with the inner wall broken, the golems are going to be attracted to the core along with the rest of the troops, instead of doing their usual trick with these bases and wandering around the inside. With the 2 freeze spells and 1 rage spell I took, it's more than enough to take care of the heavy defences in the core. And if you noticed with the rage spell, the trick is with them is to deploy them where your troops are going to be and not on them at the time you deploy it, because they're always going to be moving forward. So as you can see, I mean, we've deployed the Queen's ability, we've still got the King's ability, the Town Hall's down now, and we're just about to hit 50%, so that's the 2-star. I've just raised him up so that he's going to take out the last of the defences and break through the wall, so the golems in the centre can get out and tank for the wizards and witches that are still left alive. We still have 3 golems up and the king, and you know, I've got a poison spell, but I can't see any other skelly traps coming up because they would have been in the core. But we're well on the way to 3-star, and you know, the defences are completely overwhelmed, and we've pretty much got the 3-star in the bag. So I mean, it's just a case now of just letting them go round and you know, just wiping out the last of the base so we can get the 3 stars and get max trophies, because like I said at the minute, I'm just trying to get my cups up because we've got a push starting. So this, I mean, this is a great strategy for people who come up against these kind of bases in war. I mean, when I pushed before, like I say, we run into these bases all the time, and I did have another strategy, the 7 golem strategy against the Town Hall 10. But I mean, this is just cheaper on Dark Elixir, and it's just a lot quicker to make. So let's share another replay, and this one is a different layout. This is what the #1 player in the world's got. So this design of the Nemesis base is the square one. We will have all come across it. It's exactly the same principle with the attack. You take out the inner wall of the core with the earthquakes, and then attack with your tank troops and break through with your wall breakers, followed in by your wizards and witches. Now, I will always attack the side the Eagle Artillery is on, because I don't want to come in from another side of the base, and when the Eagle Artillery is targeting my golems, the shockwave damage it does accidentally take out my wizards and witches, because I've seen it happen, and it just ruin the raid and you'll end up with no stars at all. So we want to get that down as quick as we can. So as you can see, we've used the same spell placement. We've dropped the rage that's drawn our troops straight into the core. We've frozen the first Inferno, and now that's gone, and I used the second freeze spell to freeze the clan castle troops, and my wizards took them out within seconds. So we're now in the core, and you know, we've got the king didn't head in, he went shopping around the bottom, but it still doesn't matter because he's so tanky that he's just going to absorb all the damage from the defences, and they're not going to target any of the troops in the core. So you know, it's win-win either way, whether he goes in or goes out. Right, 55%, 2 stars. The queen's still up, we've still got her ability, the warden's on full health, we've got 2 golems and still got a load of tanky troops. So now, as long as the queen can stay up, we've got a good chance of getting the 3-star. The troops have just broken out round the core, and now they're going to head up and take out the top defences. We've had to pop the Queen's ability because she was being targeted, and she is just about to go down. So it looks like the 3 stars out the window, but we're on 72%, and you know, we're just going to let it go round and see what we can get, because we've got the loot, the 100% loot bonus now. But to be honest, I just like to go around and take the mick and just try and get as much percentage on a base as I can, just so when they log on and can see how much damage I've done. The 2 Golomites, they're doing a great job of taking the damage, apart from they've just run into a big bomb. And we've got a couple of witches and a couple of wizards, but they're all under the passive ability of the Grand Warden, and you can just see how much of a health boost it does give them. The witches are doing their best to tie up the defences, but they're not going to last long at all. So with the clan castle, I never mentioned that, I always request any troops because I've got max heroes, and you know, my troops are tanked out anyway. But it's obviously always going to be best if you can get a golem or even giants, or you know, any tanky troops you can, because with 4 witches and the wizards, it's more than enough damage to follow in behind. We've now only got a couple of little Larrys which are about to go down any second, and then we've got the Grand Warden. He's going to try and make a last stand. But let's just end it there. We didn't get the 3 star, but we got 92%, and it's a great way of taking down a Nemesis style base. So I hope this strategy helps, guys. It's done me well. If you'd like to leave your feedback in the comments below, I'm always glad to hear it. And you can follow me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter. But until next time, from the West Country of England, cheers, Drive.